Friends and family, welcome to another uncomfortable conversation with a married woman. In this one, we're going to talk about surviving divorce, the aftermath, okay? So if you're interested, go ahead, grab a snack and a drink, and let's talk. Let me take a sip before I say something. So life after divorce is very interesting. I'm going to put it in two parts. If you have children, what life after divorce is like, and if you didn't have children, and you just had property or whatever it is, what life after divorce is like. Now, I haven't been through one myself, but I have lived through several, as you all know. And I also have witnessed friends who have been through divorces, very, very close friends. So I know a thing or two. So I'm going to share with you what I know. And if any of you have been through it, and if there's anything that I'm misrepresenting or anything that I'm missing, please put it in the comments below. I want to make sure that if anybody's contemplating a divorce, they are fully aware of what they're about to go through on the other side of it, okay? All right. So the very first thing, if you do have children, I'll tell you one sentence, one phrase. It's not about you. If you are divorced and you had children with your spouse, it's not about you. Whether you despise your spouse or not, if the court has ordered that they be a part of the children's lives, you all must get along for the sake of the children. You all need to show the children what it's like to be adults. Okay? Your whatever it is that caused the divorce or whatnot, it's not the children's fault, and the children must not be made to suffer any more than they already are with you two being divorced. I just want you to know that I'm coming from a place of being a child from such a situation. Okay? None of you should take it out on the children. The children already feel that burden. I want you to know that. Whether you think the children are old enough or not to recognize that a divorce has happened and that there was some level of discord or hatred. Whether you think the children recognize it or not, let me just answer that question for you. They do. The children do. So it is not about you anymore. You do not talk bad about your spouse in the presence of your children. You do not yell at your children talking about, you're just like your father, you're just like your mother, ever. You do not have arguments and fights, whether over the phone or in the presence of the children. It is not about you and how you feel. It's all about the children at this point. I want you to understand that if you have chosen to do that divorce, that's how your life is going to be. In order for there to be emotional and mental health on the positive side for the children, that's what you're going to have to be. It's not going to be about you anymore and how you feel and who did you wrong and who didn't. Okay? And I'm saying this to both fathers and mothers who have divorced. I need you to know that. You have to both continue to be in the children's lives, because if one of you, for whatever reason, outside of the court dictating that, if one of you chooses not to be in the child's life, trust and believe it will be a traumatic situation for that child. When they grow up, they're going to have issues galore because of how you felt. Oh, I can't stand your mother. You married that woman in the first place. You better have tucked your stuff between your legs in the first place then, because now you have children. It's not about you. Well, I can't stand that father. He's hopeless. He ain't get a job. Blah, blah, blah. You should have closed your legs. That's all I'm going to say. Listen, this is the channel where we're candid, okay? Straightforward. I don't know any other way to be. So once the children are here and you've decided that you can't get along and you're going to be divorced, it's not about you anymore. Literally, really, once the children come into the marriage, it's not about you anymore. It's about the kids. I'm just saying. So once you know that, you have to, and it's not easy. And I know I'm saying this as if I'm I'm jiving, but I'm truly trying to get the point across that it means you have to resolve within yourself to be an adult. The nya back and forth, even if your spouse is wrong, dead wrong, don't do it in front of the children. You say your piece and calmly handle your children, handle your business. Yeah. It won't be easy. If you thought living together as a married couple was bad, try a divorce with that person. I'm not joking. Now, your mission is to keep the peace for the sake of the children. That's your mission. If you can avoid having boyfriends and girlfriends, like I'm talking about another significant other in the children's lives while they're young, please avoid it. It causes so much confusion when you're divorced and the children know this person as their mother, but then you have this girlfriend who's come to talk to the children as if she is their mother and possibly saying negative things about their mother. Can't have that. So if at all possible, refrain from any other relationships that will affect the children negatively. Both of you. If you choose, I mean, you're human, right? You know what I mean? You have needs, right? If you choose to have those relationships, try as much as possible to keep them away from your children as much as you can. As much as you can. Because it is very annoying as a child for a girlfriend or a boyfriend of one of your parents to be telling you what to do and telling you negative things about your mother or your father. You have dreams about stabbing them to death. I'm just trying to tell you, it's no joke. It is no joke. So you have to be very, very, very careful when you choose to have that divorce and how you're going to live. Sometimes, I've talked about abuse. Sometimes there's substance abuse and things like that have happened that have caused the divorce to happen. If the courts still ordain that person has to be in the child's life, you're going to have to manage it and figure it out. That's it. It's not about you anymore. It's about the kids at this point. Okay. Number 2, if you were divorced and you did not have children but had property or there was a business involved and things like that, there are times when one spouse is so hurt that they say, you know what, just take everything. Take everything. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I don't have anything to do with your property or your money. Just take everything. Don't do it. When you feel that emotion, squash it. You built a life with that spouse. You deserve your share. If you don't want it, take it and donate it. But don't ever say, I don't want anything. I don't have anything to do with you. No. If the courts have ordained that you're splitting stuff down the middle because your blood, sweat, and tears also went into it, take it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to touch it. You can put it aside, put it in a trust, whatever you want to do. Put it on the side somewhere. Don't even look at it. But don't ever say they can have all of it. No. Respect yourself. What happens is eventually, it may be in a year, it may be in 10 years, you think back and you're like, I'm ready for retirement. I don't have enough money because everything that I built with that dude or that woman, I have given up to them. And now you have to work till you're 85. You can't retire because you have nothing. You didn't think with your head. You are being emotional. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just trying to tell y'all. This is lessons learned from people around me that I've seen. Don't do that. Okay? So you have to be very careful when it comes to your emotional health. In divorce, nobody wins. Nobody wins. It's a lot of emotional stuff back and forth. But think about your financial future, your well-being in the future. Remove the emotions out of there. Be logical. You may despise the person now. You may hate their guts. But if the court says you should be splitting stuff down the middle, do exactly that. Don't tell the courts, nah, I don't want it, they can have it. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. You're going to wake up one day and slap yourself. If you don't, I'll do it for you. No, seriously. You know, I've seen that happen, and usually in the end there's regret. If there's a lot of fighting and whatever about it, yeah, I get it, but let the courts or your lawyer do that for you. You know what I mean? And take what's yours. Receive what's yours, I should say. And don't take what's yours. Just receive what's yours, and receive it gracefully and graciously. And if you are at the point where you're repulsed by that person, to the point where just knowing that you have that stuff from them or from your life together repulses you, don't look at it. Turn the other way. Don't look at it. But it's yours. Okay. So that's all I have to say. I'm not going to extend this thing. Just so you know, divorce is not easy. Life after divorce is not easy at all. At all. Some people think their lives are going to be better, and then there's certain surprises. For some people, yes, it is better. But I think there are a lot of times where there are certain surprises and things that people didn't anticipate. So do your research. Find a divorced people's group if you want to, and hear some of the things that they're talking about before you get divorced. And here, are you willing to go through those things, or are you going to fight for your marriage a little bit more? Figure it out. But don't make a very hurried decision, all things being equal, to divorce without knowing the details as much as you can. You can't anticipate everything, but as much as you can, what you can anticipate, or what research you can do, advise yourself. Make sure that you are very, very educated about what you're about to step into before you make that move. And with that being said, hey, have you subscribed? Click that button. What are you waiting for? You've watched the video up to now, you haven't clicked the button. Click the button. Don't you want to see me again? Click the button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so that as soon as I post a new video, you're going to see it. But I definitely want to hear from you guys if you've gone through anything similar, or you know people who've gone through it, and what were the surprises on the other side that they didn't anticipate, and, you know, was it better or not? Let me know. Remember, in order to have a good, successful, thriving marriage, you must be kind to yourself and your spouse, and you must be respectful to yourself and your spouse. Until next time, mwah.